Welcome back to my channel. Well, today I'm going to be making a wreath with some stuff that I got at the Dollar Tree, which were these. I got those on clearance about a year or two ago for, I believe it, for like 25 cents, believe it or not. And then I got this metal wreath at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be making a welcome wreath. And where I live, the fall colors are absolutely stunning and beautiful. So I've been walking around collecting some fall leaves and branches and pine cones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these nice, beautiful, colorful leaves I have collected along my journey of a walk here. And I am going to make a fall wreath. So as you can see, I've got some green branches of all different types of leaves. I've got some brown leaves. Again, I've got some red leaves. So I have various different types of leaves as I've been wandering around and collecting these. So I'm gonna make a very simple wreath, and basically your only cost would be to get this wreath metal from the Dollar Tree and the welcome from Hobby Lobby, or you could, make them yourself as well. So I'm going to take these, and if you notice, some of them have branches attached, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so when I do have it up, that the string will go behind like so. So when I hang it, I'll be able to hang it up like that, so it'll be hanging on my door. So I'm gonna take my leaves and I'm gonna intermingle them or weave them in around my metal here. I'm gonna use all different types of leaves. Like I said, I've pretty much collected all of these. So this is actually a very cheap and reasonable project that you can make with nature and finding stuff just out while you're enjoying the beautiful fall weather that everybody's been having. So I'm going to take these leaves and I'm just going to put them around as so. And you can kind of see how it's coming along here. And again, I have all different types of leaves. So I'm not putting any pine cones in there, but you could. So again, I'm just taking the leaves that I have found while walking, and I'm just weaving them in. And I'm not even gonna put these in so they stay tacked down or anything to that nature, just because it is a fall wreath. And if you wanted, you could actually change it to something a little bit further down when it gets a little bit different season. So that way it's not just a fall wreath. You could use it later on to make a different wreath. So again, I'm just putting branches and leaves on my wreath. And I hope everybody's enjoying this wonderful fall weather we've been having. It's beautiful where we are. And see, and like these, this is actually a big branch, so I'm actually going to cut that into two. And I'm going to kind of weave these up underneath as well. And what I mean by weaving, I'm just kind of putting them into the ridges that are on the wreath itself. So in through the metal. And if you can see how I'm kind of pushing those through to make it more beautiful. And again, I'm just adding leaves, and you don't need to follow my pattern, exactly. But I'm just showing you what you can do with the beautiful wonders of nature that are out there and make something very reasonable without a whole lot of expense. And again, I have just all different types of leaves that I have collected when I walk at night. Some on branches, some not on branches. It just really depends on what I've collected along my way here. So again, I'm just putting these in. And as I get a little bit going on to this, I may put some of the loose leaves that I have, because we have like these beautiful red color leaves. I'm gonna try to get those to see if I can put them so they're underneath the letters that I have on there, just so to add a little bit of color as I'm going. And again, this is all, you just be creative with all of the wonderful beauties that are out there in our world. And this would be a great project if you have young kids. You can actually go out and collect leaves, take a nature walk, talk about the things you see, the different types of trees. It could even be a great science project along the way as well. I keep breaking off branches here, but it's okay. Like I said, we're just experimenting here. So again, this could be a great learning experience to be able to identify all the different types of leaves that are in your neighborhood as you're walking, the different types of the trees, how they turn. You could talk about science on them, to, you know, why the leaves turn colors. So it can actually become a whole learning process as well, which is really amazing within itself. And especially if you have kids, this is a great project to be able to incorporate that into a learning experience all at the same time. And again, you can see the leaves are very brittle just because of the fact that, you know, they are leaves that are fallen off onto the ground and such. And like I said, I'm not putting them in any particular order. I'm just kind of putting them underneath the wires, running them in as I do. I'm getting a really neat little pattern here. I do have a lot of extra little leaves that I've collected that aren't attached to anything. So again, those you could put in here as well. This is a great little fun autumn project for a fun autumn day. So you can see how it's coming along. I'm actually going to use this stick for later on and make some snowmen. So I'm going to actually use that for a little bit later on. And again, I've got all different types of leaves that I've collected when I've been out walking. I take a little bag with me when I walk, and I just pick up branches of leaves sometimes. Sometimes I pick up single leaves. But like I said, again, this is a great, cheap, and economical little activity that you can do. And all of these leaves were on the ground, so I'm actually picking up leaves that have actually already been laying down, so that way I'm not pulling them off a tree or anything like that. These are just leaves that have been on the ground as I've been walking. Fall happens to be one of my favorite times of the year, so I really do like to make fun and exciting fall projects that are low and economical, so you're not out spending an extra lot of money on projects that you can have to decorate your house. And as you can see, I'm just putting the leaves under the wires. I'm just moving them around. Some of them fall off. I just go back over on my way and hang it up. So that's kind of how it's looking so far with just my leaves I've been putting on. I'm trying to incorporate some of the pretty red leaves that I have found along the way, and I'm putting them, they're a little bit, because they're ones by themselves, so I'm just putting them closer to some of the stems that have the longer leaves on them. so that way I can incorporate those into my fall as well. See, again, these are like beautiful little red leaves. So again, I'm just like up here, you can see I've got like the stick coming around here. I gotta undo it off of that there. But you see how I have the stick here? I've got it, so I've got the stick, and then I just kind of move it so the stick will hold itself in place. And then I take one of the other leaves, like these, and I kind of just weave it around underneath that stick and then re-stick it. And then I've got that stem to hold in the other stem. So again, this is all just about being creative with stuff that you find when you're out walking and enjoying the beautiful fall weather. And this is not a very costly project, so that's even the better part, that it's not costly. And again, you don't have to use this big of a wreath either. You could actually use a smaller one if you chose to. I just happened to have this one laying around, so I thought, why not make it into a wreath with all the extra little leaves I found along my way. So you know, I do like to make creative, fun things as I go. And again, I mean, they're all unique designs of just random leaves that I've picked up. So again, your wreath may not look exactly like mine, just depending on what branches you find, what leaves you find as you're walking in your neighborhood. And again, it's all about just experimenting, weaving stuff together, round stuff to hold them onto the wreath. And of course, you could paint the lettering if you chose to. I just kind of like it the natural that is there right now. So I'm not going to paint my letters. I'm going to leave them the more the natural colors that I have. It's so beautiful to how all of these autumn leaves and colors can be so vibrant and make such a beautiful piece of art. With just simple stuff that you have collected from a walk. So that's my wreath. On there, I'm probably going to add a little bit more, but I don't want to make this video too long. So again, this is just basically stuff that you find while you're out walking on a walk and turn it into a fall decoration. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you like the stuff that I do. That some are simple, some are a little bit more entailed, but if you like my channel, give it that thumbs up, hit that subscribe bell, and look for new activities along the way. Thanks for watching.